Hello, wrestling fans. I'm Mud Puppet Joel. He is Mud Puppet Ryan. We are the Mud Puppets. Right there, Phil Atlas delivering a vicious kick to the leg of Action Jackson. I don't think this one's even underway yet, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't think the bell has officially rung.
No. Phil Atlas making sure everything's on the up and up. And of course, fans, this is the second first round match. The title to crown an MPW heavyweight champion, which of course was vacated upon Eddie Venom's retirement last fall. We've already seen Mike Marvel advance a disqualification victory over Mark Joka. He awaits the winner of this match between Action Jackson and Phil Atlas.
Yes, indeed. And Joel, the winner of this match is going to have a tremendous advantage because Mike Marvel was beaten down by JP Investments after that first round match. He is in bad shape. He's bleeding from the mouth. He took a knee to the jaw.
I mean, he might be concussed for all we know.
He may not be able to even make it through the match, so there's a lot at stake in this matchup.
All fine, all very good points, and you know, something of a conspiracy theory, if I may put out there. There's been talk. Mark Joka himself has referred to this on the PWL that Action Jackson might be a guy that JP Investments has their eye on. So you've got to wonder if they didn't have a plan B.
Well, you know, if that's true, and I don't always buy into all these wild conspiracy theories, but if that's true, it's a smart move on the part of JP Investments. Why wouldn't you want to get on the ground floor of Action Jackson? This guy has all the tools to be a heavyweight champion in this business, and to be a guy who's going to make a lot of money for his manager in the coming years. So it'd be a smart move on their part. Although you'd have to wonder how Mark Joka might feel about his loss by DQ there, and maybe JP putting their thoughts of Action Jackson ahead of those of Mark Joka. That could be an interesting thought as time goes on.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe this is just all rumor mongering and speculation. But a slap there, and Jackson bails. I know ever since the formation of the Murder City Saints, Kid Hybrid, Awesomanics, and then when they added Caleb Stills, a lot of groups within Metro Pro Wrestling had to pause and step back and take a look, see if, you know, maybe their ranks were a little thin. You remember, of course, that JP Investments was once the dominant force in Metro Pro Wrestling, but have since lost the services of the Scumdogs.
Yeah, that's very true, and they might be looking to bolster their ranks. You couldn't ask for a better guy than Action Jackson. That's what you're going to do.
And again, all the speculation coming directly from Mark Joka of JP Investments.
If anyone would know, it would be Mark Joka. Now, we're all, you know, we're kind of putting the cart ahead of the horse here because Phil Atlas is the guy standing in the way right now. And
the guy I picked to win this tournament.
Yeah, one of the most experienced wrestlers that's ever been in an MPW ring. This guy has been all over the world. He's held titles all over the world. Fantastic athlete, great technical wrestler, very powerful kicks and strikes.
And right now, Action Jackson does not look like he has any interest in this match or this tournament.
I believe this is a strategic move on his part. Phil Atlas has gotten the best of him here in the early on, and he is trying to catch his breath, to take a moment, to take Phil Atlas out of his game.
Lock up here. Looks like Jackson will be perhaps going for a tug of the hair. And he is! He is! He has a clear tug on the hair. You would think with a guy, and right here, you know, I'd like to say, I do owe Action Jackson something, an apology. In his tag match with Mike Marvel, I insulted him by saying his hair looked like an untrimmed uni, correct? This is what I said?
That is what you said.
What I meant to say was I misspoke. It looks like an untrimmed, unkempt, disgusting yoni.
Oh, how dare you. First of all, let me tell you, this is a family program, and I don't know why you're bringing that trash up. Second of all,
nice elbow there.
Action Jackson is one of the I've talked to this young man, one of the most respectful, articulate young men you'll ever meet. And for you to talk about him that way, it's disgusting.
You know what's disgusting?
What's that?
That's disgusting.
How dare you?
Look, I just wanted to clarify. I want to make that distinction. 2 count there for Atlas.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
No problem. Right now, I gotta tell you, Phil Atlas's experience is shining through here. He's got Action Jackson completely discombobulated in this matchup. And a kick from the top there puts Jackson down to the cold floor. You gotta like that.
hit him right in the jaw, and you see he is in big trouble out on the floor.
Jackson's got to turn the tide. Atlas flies over the top rope, comes crashing down, and for the second time in less than a minute, Action Jackson finds himself on the cold tile floor.
And Phil Atlas is taking a break.
Hey, you know what? To him, Action Jackson's merely a punk kid who doesn't deserve to be in the same ring as him.
And if he keeps that attitude up, he's going to lose to that punk kid, because Action Jackson can bring it in that ring.
Seems to be working for him just fine for the first 5.5 minutes of this match.
We'll see if his arrogance pays off.
Now Jackson again bailing out. What is it? He doesn't have his little girl with him, Ingrid Isley, no one to back him up at ringside.
You know, I'm sure she's sending her moral support to him wherever she is.
What kind of support was that?
Her moral.
Oh, moral support. Okay.
Oh my!
I wasn't
goodness.
sure I heard you correctly.
You heard me just fine.
And again, your friend, once again, heel fan Harper Floyd out at ringside. I think he's enjoying what he's seeing right now.
I'm surprised Action Jackson hasn't passed out from the stench.
Wow.
Being out there with these fans.
Wow.
I've sat in those seats before. It's not pretty.
Your attack on the fans of Metro Pro Wrestling, this sustained, unwarranted attack you've kept up over several months, it's unprofessional. It's really disturbing.
Yeah, well, let me just put it to you this way. I'm just going to cut to the chase on it. These fans are goons. And the more they fight back against it and try to convince me they're not, the more goon-like they act. So what am I supposed to say? I'm a journalist. I call it the way I see it behind this microphone, and that's just the way I see it.
SMH, my friend, as we say on the internet.
You kids these days.
And again, Jackson just can get absolutely no offense in right there. A kick to the rope into the splits the boys. How's the official not call that?
Hey, he didn't. Hey, he hit the rope. He didn't do anything to Phil Atlas. He kicked the rope. It just happened to, hit the old jimmies.
Oh, you're a politician now too, huh?
Wow. It depends on what your definition of is.
Okay. Going back quite a ways.
We're going back a ways with that one.
Well, Jackson has finally found a way to turn the tide, and now choking Atlas on that second rope.
Smartly breaks before the referee gets to the 5 count.
Kick right to the gut. Well, look, I mean, you do what you got to do in certain situations. This is for a chance to wrestle for the MPW Heavyweight Championship.
Definitely.
I'd like to see that the guy cares, anyways, because for the first 6-7 minutes, it didn't look like he gave a damn.
Oh, he cares. He cares deeply. The whole reason that he broke that tag team up with Mike Marvel was because he wants to be the heavyweight champion. He wants to go out and prove himself without having to carry a guy on his back, and he's out there doing it.
Again, you're not going to get me to agree that he was carrying Mike Marvel on his back in that tag. Oh, nice knee there to the midsection of Phil Atlas, and now Atlas on the mat and on the defensive. Pin here by Jackson. That is not going to put Phil Atlas down. Kicks out.
Phil Atlas, for whatever else you want to say about him, the guy's got a motor, and he'll get in there and go. We're going to have to do some serious damage to get him for a 3 count.
Those patented elbows by Action Jackson's had a lot of success with these. There's one. Leaping one there, a second one. Going to go right into the pin here. Not a bad strategy here. You got to keep a guy like Phil Atlas grounded, kick out, right back into the pin. 1-2, and another kick out. Now choking him, a blatant choke.
He broke it, the referee gave him the count, and he broke it right off, so good for him.
Dirty tactics here, though. Throws him outside. On the apron is Phil Atlas. He needs to get out of there to perhaps avoid a baseball slide or some other offensive maneuver that Jackson's surely trying to concoct in there.
He's still feeling those elbows to the chest, I think. Ever since those, he's been moving a little slower.
Ooh, hung up on the ropes himself. Maybe Atlas can turn the tide now back in his favor.
Ooh, right in the gut with that. Sunset flip.
Apron, no, rolls right through it, and Jackson comes back, tries the knee, misses, and he gets caught up on that second rope.
Perhaps some poetic justice there for Phil Atlas.
Maybe he'll hit the back and hope Ingrid Isley has some ice for him.
Oh.
Now Atlas using, hey, what's good for the goose, good for the gander, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much action for Jackson tonight after that one.
Not bad.
Thank you.
Oh, Jackson.
It just continues.
Taking a pummeling now. And a hung up on the top rope. Atlas is determined to damage this man's goods and now bouncing on the top rope. Oh my goodness.
If he loses the match, he can join a boys choir now.
Oh.
He's a couple octaves higher.
Wowzers. Atlas looking like he's gearing up to take this thing home now. Ooh. Knees to the face. Enziguri. Jackson cut in half, and he calls for it. And I do think this one is just about wrapped up. Here comes big kick. He pulls this off. This match is over. Ducked by Jackson. He rolls him up. Feet on the rope, and the official counts the pin. And again, we see an example of the utter incompetence by the officials at MPW.
Referee missed it. Action Jackson takes advantage.
Does set up a very exciting, fitting final for the MPW Heavyweight Championship against two youngsters who used to be tag team champions, Action Jackson, Mike Marvel. We will have that call for you. Check us out on YouTube at The Mud Puppets.